Asante sana, thank you very much. We have Dr. Katunzi, another director ISTAC. We have Mr. Maurice Oyuke, Director of Economic Statistics, National Bureau of Statistics. We have Mrs. Komba, Director of Statistical Operations, National Bureau of Statistics. We have Mr. Mush from ISTAC. We have Ira from National Bureau of Statistics. Yes, Dr. Mbugo.
Position rather than moving to the podium. Good morning, everyone. You are all welcome to this very special day. I will start with the biggest group which is in here. Oh no, the smallest one. Do we have people from Gambia? Oh. We have people from Sierra Leone. Let's look. Thank you. From Nigeria. That is. We have people from Ethiopia. From Somalia. Recognize your presence. Seychelles. Recognize your presence.
ISTAC to provide his welcoming remarks. The representative from ISTAC Kids. Now I request you use the podium.
For this short welcome. I won't take much of your time because we are constrained a little bit. There is something going on behind the scenes which requires us to shorten our timetable. Let me take this opportunity to welcome every one of you in here for this very, very special occasion whereby we are celebrating the World Statistics Day. It was supposed to be yesterday, but due to some reasons we have pushed it to today so that we can conveniently celebrate it. Welcome DG, welcome management of NBS, and all of you who are here for this very special occasion. ISTAC, as you know, has been striving very much to promote the statistics skills, official statistics skills, to those who produce official statistics for different nations. And of late we have broadened our scope in terms of the areas that we cover in providing this education to different nations. As you understand, nations as nations cannot put up such courses in their universities because of the little need of the number of users of those skills. So ISTAC has been developing such skills for the entire African region, south of Sahara, I would say, those who speak English. And we have been trying as much as possible to bring in even those who speak French. We expected a number of students this year, but unfortunately things couldn't work out on time. But next year, I believe we will be having students from French-speaking countries come and study our postgraduate programs here. NBS is the mother of this institution, I would say. Starting ISTAC was an idea that was conceived between NBS and the National Bureau of Statistics of Kenya and of the Ugandan nation. Those were the spearhead countries who brought together their ideas to come up with ISTAC, which is now serving more than 20 countries in Africa. So, with the support of all these countries, we believe we can move forward. So, welcome, and let us celebrate this day with the mind that we are promoting skills of all African nations in terms of official statistics. Karibuni sana.
Good morning, everyone. Deputy Directors from this case at Secretariat Center, two of you, my colleagues directors, managers from National Bureau of Statistics, distinguished candidates from Eastern Statistical Training Centers, and I really appreciate all the countries from the Anglophone countries who are here. Members from the press. Chairperson, first of all, I would like to thank God for enabling us today to meet here to celebrate the World Statistical Day of 2015. Everybody knows that this is a special day for statistical community to address and discuss the importance and use of statistical development planning and decision making everywhere you are. Chairperson, allow me to state what is World Statistical Day. Why is it important to celebrate this day? The World Statistical Day was proclaimed by the United Nations General Assembly in 2010 to recognize the importance of statistics in shaping our society, and also to recognize the vital role that the production of quality statistics and indicators plays in our society everywhere you are, in your home, in your office, and everywhere. The role of these numbers, the way each plays. As such, this event intends to bring new light, or to shed some more light, to the importance of data and statistics for better lives. As such, today we have to demonstrate that this is our day, that we needed to create public awareness on the role of quality statistics development planning in Tanzania here today. Chairperson, today we are celebrating the second World Statistics Day. Together with other global professional community and the statistical family in delivering an important message. What is this message? It says, better data, better lives. Better data, better lives. Takwimu bora, maisha bora. The 2015 World Statistics Day was supposed to be celebrated on 20th October, but due to available circumstances, it was postponed today, the 23rd October. It's just 3 days that has elapsed. It's not very bad. We are there. Chairperson, the world celebrates World Statistics Day to raise the public awareness about the importance of statistics in supporting decision-making in all dimensions of sustainable development. This celebration provides an opportunity for each country to take stock of its achievements and challenges in monitoring progress towards national, I'll start with sub-national, national, regional, and global development goals. Chairperson, the world is linking to the World Statistics Day with a renewed call to strengthen the national statistical systems that will be responsible for providing key information to monitor and review the new 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. According to the United Nations Secretary General, during endorsement of Sustainable Development Goals in September this year in New York, he said, I quote, "We have to use these global sustainable goals to change the lives of our people. That means better for people." There are 17 goals. Goal number 1 is to eradicate poverty that we have. This is about people. Have enough food. This is goal number 2. Shelter, education, gender. This is about people. The way we are going to implement all the 17 goals, that is 17th goal. Planet, where we live. the climate, the environment, civil war that we have. We need to know a number of the victims that have been affected by conflict within one country to another. All these are the data that will tell us exactly where we are supposed to be. These are the words that came from that launching, that endorsement that was done in New York last month. Chairperson, the Tanzania National Bureau of Statistics, in collaboration with East Statistical Training Center, decided to celebrate this day by calling you, young statisticians, to play a key role on the data revolution. As we are aware, the role of the National Bureau of Statistics is to produce, compile, and disseminate official statistics, which are fundamental to monitor the socio-economic conditions of the country, to monitor our Vision 2025, development vision, to monitor our Mukuta 5-year development plan, and so on, and the rest of international development plans that are going on. Therefore, Chairperson, this event provides an excellent opportunity to share experiences and lessons learned by the international statistical community in the implementation and monitoring of the MDGs over the past 15 years and looking forward. We had MDG that was endorsed in 2000. This now 15 years has elapsed. We have learned a lot from the MDGs, those challenges and so on. It was an ad hoc processes that were involved. Many people were left behind and so on. During the MDG era, that is going to be ending December this year, we had eight goals only, and we had 20 targets. Now, under these sustainable development goals that we had to look 15 years ahead of us, we have 17 goals, 169 targets, and more than 300 indicators that we need to produce data to respond in terms of monitoring and ensure the progress that we have made. According to Secretary General of UN, he said, the goals are ambitious goals. It's an ambitious goals, and it was made that purposely. In doing so, monitoring of these goals will be done on annual basis, at national level, at regional level, and at global level. So there is no way that we statisticians, and especially you young ones, you may not have a time even to serve, because you have to run up and down to see the possibility of assisting, of helping the government to come up with new technologies, new innovations of data collection. Chairperson, allow me to state the achievements and the challenges that Tanzania has made so far, since we celebrated the first World Statistics Day in 2010. From 2010 to 2015, this is 5 years. What are our achievements in Tanzania? Chairperson, I would like to thank you, the government of the United Republic of Tanzania. First of all, in June 2010, the government of Tanzania endorsed Tanzania National Strategy for Development of Statistics in its acronym called Tanzania Statistical Master Plan. This was an initiative that heads of NGOs in Africa, they sat in Marrakesh, Morocco, in 2004, that now Africa, we are sinking in terms of producing these numbers. We have to come up with a plan, with a master plan. There's no way that a country will be conducting surveys, data collection without having a master plan. So the process started back to 2004. Then, thank you to the government of Tanzania, we endorsed the process in 2010. This master plan has five components embedded on it. One being institutional development and legal reforms. We are seeing this. We are promoting ministries, departments and agencies. and the Highland institutions like Eastern Saskatchewan Training Center. The second one is human development. We need to have a common cadre now. Time has come. We have to look at the progression of statisticians who are sitting from the ministries, agencies. Want to see how are they progressing? Young statisticians. How are we going to bring this young statistician to come on board? We are leaving. Are we going to leave a vacuum in Tanzania without the young statisticians? So that component is talking about how to progress, how to do much better to bring the statistician on one board. The third component is on statistical infrastructure, the nomenclatures, the standards, the methods that we do to compute the indicators that we are seeing, the frames, the sample frames that we do use for our economic and social statistics. We have data development and dissemination. We have data development in terms of how are we going to improve the routine data system that is sitting with us. Data dissemination. We statisticians, we don't know how to communicate our numbers. How are we going to bring these great guys here, the mass media, as a partner to the statistics, to the statistical community, so that they can advocate the numbers that we are producing for our policymakers to make use of these numbers to inform decision making and eventually to improve the lives of our people. And the last one is the physical infrastructure. We can't build all these kind of things if we don't have a well-sound structure. A nice offices, computers, vehicles, and so on. All these are embedded under this plan. So this is a very big milestone that we have achieved having this plan in place. It's a 5-year plan, and it will end 2018. We hope by 2018 we will make some more milestone going forward here. The other achievement, the biggest achievement also we made for this period is the conduction of the 2012 Population and Housing Census. Population and Housing Census is the second biggest activity in any country. After a war, the second one is Population and Housing Census. My brothers and sisters from Nigeria will agree with me. So we managed to do that. And the beauty is that over 90% of the resources that went to the census came from the government. We didn't rely to any external finance. It's just like 2 or 3% of their money, and not the actual money. It's just the equipment and the technical assistance that they were providing to us. The third one is on improvement of economic statistics. We did our rebasing of our national caps. This is our cry, if we remember Professor Monte, poor numbers in Africa, how we misled our planners in terms of these numbers that we produce. So we did the rebasing of our national caps. We moved now from the 2001 crisis to 2007 crisis. And the last one is the endorsement of a new Statistics Act of 2015. This act has now transformed the National Bureau of Statistics from the semi-autonomous office to the public autonomous office. Now, we are in line with African Charter on Statistics. Now, the National Bureau of Statistics is now sitting under the driver's seat to coordinate the official statistics in the country. Our role now is just to coordinate, ni kushika ule mpini na kuuzungusha namna hii, to all producers and users of official statistics. So those are the few achievements that we have made from 2010 to 2015. Chairperson, as such, apart from all these achievements that we made, there are a few challenges that I need also to speak out, to give my voice here. In Africa and the rest of the developing countries, national statistical offices, they do face a lot of challenges in terms of resources, in terms of capacity building. We rely mostly of our wealth through donor funding, especially carrying out the censuses, carrying out the surveys, improving the routine data system. I normally say this, and I'll repeat on saying that the African governments, including the government of Tanzania, we have to ensure that enough resources are being allocated for the statistics. The time has come to treat statistics as a sector, to treat statistics like water sector, to treat statistics like energy sector. Because no statistics, no energy. You don't know this energy that you want to generate, how many people they are going to benefit from that. How many industries are you going to put in place to enjoy the energy that we are generating? So we thought that the time has come, and thank you God, through UN Secretary General and Goal 17, Target 8, 17.8, has put emphasis on each country to put much resources on the production of quality statistics. So we are there as a statistician. We fight for this. We hope during the monitoring process, whereby member states, our heads of state, will be called to explain the achievements, then these numbers will tell. There's no way a single government will run away from not putting money for generation of these numbers that we are talking about. Chairperson, my message across the statistical community within the national statistical system is to ensure that we work hard and foster our core values. We have our core values. We have integrity. We have professionalism. We have respect. We have teamwork, and so on. We have to make use of these core values, which are embedded with us in our offices. Buying these core values as your own core values in terms of producing the quality statistical information that will help our policymakers and for them to see our commitment in terms of why we have to exist. Why statisticians have to exist? So if we have to exist, then we have to align our institutional core values with our own values so that we produce the quality numbers. What I'm trying to say is that we need to change the way we work. The time has come. We have over 300 indicators that we need to produce. We have to remove in our hearts, we statisticians in the world, not only in Tanzania, in the world, bringing on board more stakeholders to come and assist us. We have to rethink it twice. We were using traditional way of doing things. Now, time has come to make use of technologies and innovations. I'm old. My colleagues are also old. We are calling upon you young statisticians to come on board, to take it from us, to apply technologies and innovations. The idea behind is to relieve our governments not to put as much money to the data production as before. That's why there is technologies and innovations. We don't want to make use of papers anymore. We want to use the mobile devices. We want to use tablets for the data production. A user would like to have information of yesterday, not the information of 3 years ago, saying you are doing processing and so on. So the time has come, we need to change. Not even to change our mindset though. Let me be very clear. The big organizations like Google's, like Melinda Gates, they are now producing GDPs. They are now producing inflation rates. Now, we statisticians from Africa, If we will keep on saying, oh, we have to do the business as usual, they will produce these numbers for you. And you won't have where to say. Because they will ask you, where are these numbers? You don't have where to say. You have to buy in. So we have to run. Sincerely, we have to run. If you could sit in these big meetings and you hear from those developed countries, you will cry in Africa. You will cry. The way we do things, business as usual, we need to change the dynamics. Finally, Chair, let me also take this opportunity to request my colleagues from Anglophone countries in Africa, that is English-speaking countries, sincerely to rethink and think twice. We need to foster, we need to champion capacity building within our national statistical offices. If we don't do this, we rely on 5 days training that ADB do offer to us, UN do offer to us. This is the matter of brushing our heads. It's like in-house training. We need training, long-term training. We want academic training like those you guys who are sitting here. We need you to get your certificate, a diploma, a degree. But the 5 days training, everything, this is a brush-up training, which is very fine. But sincerely, we need to train as many economists, as many national accountants, as many, and so on and so on. So this is my plea to my colleagues in Africa to ensure capacity building is there, because we can't cope with this production of these indicators. Some of the indicators are very complex. Otherwise, somebody will come from Europe, from World Bank, from everywhere, IMF, to come and produce class. Otherwise, let me once again extend my appreciation to the Eastern Statistical Training Center management and my colleagues, National Bureau of Statistics family, for organizing the World Statistics Day.
Thank you, Dr. Chua, with the good message that the World Statistics Day is celebrated after every 5 years. And today, we have young statisticians with us. Come 5 years, the high table here will not be around. There will be senior citizens somewhere. And probably you participants will be sitting here.
Elaborate is on a clip of a message of Director of United Nations Statistical Division. So I'll try as much as I can not to preempt the Director. So basically, the Director is emphasizing on having the better data for better life. But specifically, he has mentioned on the milestones that have been made by UNSE, also the National Statistical System, and some of the key milestones that the Director is trying to emphasize on the population census that has been done between 2010 and 2015. He also talked a bit on the use of technology in data collection and the statistical analysis, and also he pointed out on stress on the necessity of having a dialogue between the data producers and data users. And he actually has said so many things, and all the things that he has put in his message are very important. Like I said, I wouldn't like to preempt the director because the clip speaks for itself. So I'd like to welcome you all to be very attentive and listen to the message that is given by the director of UNSD. You're welcome to listen. Thank you.
Distinguished today, we are celebrating World Statistics Day 2015, and I would like to thank you for inviting me to join your special celebration for a few minutes. Today we are united as a global professional community and as a global statistical family in delivering one important message: better statistics bring better lives. The fundamental importance of statistics has never had a stronger recognition than it is receiving today. The call for better data for sustainable development resonates strongly with all of us. During our working days, we are bound by a shared professional ethos, and today, on this day of celebration, we are rightfully bound by a shared sense of professional pride, conscious that what we do every day has an impact on people's life. Whether we work on a census or on a survey or on administrative records, whether we focus on collecting, processing, or making data available to all, whether we double, triple, or quadruple check data, this day is for us, for each and every statistician around the world. And the celebrations take many different forms, from seminars to panel discussions, from creative competitions to songs. And it is generally a happy affair, and rightly so, appropriately symbolized by our blue little friend, the smiling statistician. We are living in a fast evolving world. Our last World Statistics Day was only 5 years ago. But just consider how much has happened and changed since then. Let me highlight just a few milestones. 2010, the most successful and comprehensive global census round ever is conducted. 2011, the United Nations launches a program on global geospatial information management, studying, among other things, the integration of statistical and geospatial information. 2013, the Statistical Commission launches a global working group on big data for official statistics. 2014, the UN General Assembly adopts the fundamental principles of official statistics at the highest political level. 2014 again, the UN Secretary General commissions a report on data revolution for sustainable development. 2015, the last Millennium Development Goal Indicator Report is released, completing an extraordinary chapter of global cooperation in statistics, led by the Interagency and Expert Group on MDG indicators, delivering annually, not only to the policymakers, but also to the public, the best available data sets to monitor progress towards the Millennium Development Goals. And this year again, for the first time in history, the chair of the UN Statistical Commission addressed the UN General Assembly to obtain the technical mandate to formulate the new indicator framework for the newly adopted United Nations 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda. And during that same 5-year period at national level, many of you were experiencing, on the one side, the opportunities provided by fascinating ICT developments, but on the other side, the twin pressures of ever-increasing user demands paired with often decreasing resources. Many national statistical offices responded with a mixture of rationalization and modernization to these new challenges. The 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda epitomizes the challenges but also the opportunities ahead of us. The agenda itself recognizes the centrality of statistics and data to development. The formulation of a new global, regional and national indicator architecture provides high visibility for our profession and uniquely opens the door for an interactive dialogue with policy decision makers at all levels. To put it in my simple favorite phrase these days, sustainable development will need to be supported by sustainable statistics. Therefore, thank you very much for your attention and happy World Statistics Day.
The following program now is about panel discussion on better data, better lives. Katunzi will take care of this. Dr. Katunzi, welcome.
Thank you, MC. I understand we have 6 presenters, right? 6 presenters that are students who are doing Masters of Visual Statistics at ISTEC. And this group has been coordinated by Mr. Ndifwa. Ndifwa, are you? So, because today is the day as young statisticians, we don't want, we, old ones, we don't want to interfere too much. So,
first presenter.
The Director General, National Bureau of Statistics, Tanzania, the Deputy Rectors of East African Statistical Training Center, the management and staff of National Bureau of Statistics, Tanzania, staffs and management of East African Statistical Training Center, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my fellow students and colleagues. I welcome you all to this celebration. As we are all aware, this is a belated celebration for the World Statistics Day. And as we're all gathered here, I know a lot of us will be asking ourselves questions like, what is the World Statistics Day? What is the importance of the World Statistics Day? Why do we have to celebrate the World Statistics Day? Statistics is very important. It's a very important, plays a very important role to our everyday lives. And a lot of people in society are not really aware of this, of statistics. This day is set aside it's supposed to be on the 20th of October, and the first day was celebrated on the 20th of October in 2010, which means this is the second time this day will be celebrated. But due to circumstances, just like the Director General has said, we couldn't celebrate it the day we're actually supposed to celebrate it. That is why we are celebrating it now. The DG also said that the World Statistics Day is a day whereby we recognize the importance of statistics in shaping our society. I would also add to what she said by also mentioning that on this day, we recognize the vital role played by statistics in producing reliable and timely statistics for the society. Also, there are about 130 countries all over the world that come together to celebrate this day. Other organizations from the United Nations system, international and regional communities organizations, non-governmental organizations, institutions just like ISTEC here, also come together to celebrate this day.
Why do we have to celebrate this day? Is it important? Why do we actually have to celebrate statistics? We have a lot of celebrations all over the world, like the Independence Day, the Children's Day, the Workers' Day, and that is because they are recognized by the society. You know, and statistics also has to be recognized by the society, and that is why this special day has been set aside to celebrate statistics. Statistics is used in our everyday lives, even used by the layman on the streets, not necessarily we in the offices that make use of statistics. The layman on the streets makes use of statistics. For example, a farmer, he knows that at this particular time, I'm supposed to cultivate my crops. At this particular time, I'm supposed to harvest my crops. That is statistics because it's a trend. He knows that from this time to this time, I will harvest this. He also keeps records of, like, this year, I harvested this amount of crops. Next year, I may harvest this amount of crops. Those are all statistics. Let's go back to our homes, like our mothers making our food. She wouldn't just take a whole container of salt and pour in the food. No, she measures a quantity, a portion of salt to put in the food to eat. Those are all statistics, but we are unaware that those are statistics. The importance of this day also is to create awareness to the public, to make them understand that yes, statistics plays a very vital role in our society. It plays a very vital role for us individuals. The World Statistics Day is also an excellent opportunity to start conversation between users, producers of data and statistics at all levels. We have students here. We have our staff from the National Bureau of Statistics. We have our staff from the managerial post of ISTEC. So you can see that we are all here at all levels. We're not saying this person is higher than this person, but at all levels, we're all here to discuss statistics. That's another important need for celebrating statistics. Celebration says better data, better lives. So I would like us to use this opportunity to showcase to the world that we can actually assist the other statistical body to produce better data to enable better lives. Thank you.
Good morning all. As we all are aware, the theme of this year's World Statistics Day, better data, better lives. Before we continue our deep discussions on better data, better lives, my role this morning is to remind us the definition of data, what makes data better, and also the importance of data. Data are informations in raw or unorganized form, such as symbols, alphabets, or numbers, which refer to or represent ideas or objects. A good example of data is the number of attendance of Tanzania's World Statistics Day. As we are seated here, we are data. Somebody may like to know how many males or females attended the World Statistics Day in Tanzania. And the virus censuses and surveys, the information collected are also examples of data. Then we have types of data. There are two basic types of data: qualitative and quantitative. I will not go into details. The qualitative express information in quality or in attributes form. Then under the qualitative data, we have nominal data, we have binary data, and we have ordinal data. Then the second type of data is the quantitative data, which express information in numerical form. The types of quantitative data are the discrete data and the continuous data. What makes data better? I would like to highlight the characteristics of data. The first one is accuracy. Data should be precise, should be exact, should be free from error. This characteristic is mainly applied in health services. If you are collecting data on a patient, the information must be accurate. Inaccurate information may cause circumstances or maybe death to the patient. Then the next one is the accessibility. Data must be obtainable and accessible to users. Here we have two types of users. We have the end users, which include government, international bodies, private sector, and the general public. Then the immediate users, researchers, and academicians. Then the next characteristic is relevancy. Data must be relevant to the intended use. Then the next one is consistency. Data must be consistent to prevent misinterpretation of results. Last one, evaluation. It helps us to assess whether we have achieved our target goals. So data is
Millennium Sustainable Development Goals. We are going to the better life. How can we achieve now these sustainable development goals which will lead us to better lives? One, which is already said, which is the theme of this day, is the use of the better data. Now we need better data to achieve these sustainable development goals because we want those data to monitor progress toward achieving these goals. And then we need them to achieve the goals, not only measuring the progress. Now that is one. So our role as statisticians, so that we can achieve.
It is pertinent to know that facts and figures provide important tools for assessing different situations and needs. Thus allows issues to become visible, making the identification of needs and implementation of solutions possible. We should note that we produce statistics on daily basis, weekly, monthly, yearly basis. But the questions are, how good are these data that we produce? What are we doing with this information? Is there enough openness and accessibility in the flow of the information? How appropriately is the information utilized to achieve better life, which happens to be the theme of this event? And also, are they subject to abuse and misuse of statistics due to our own selfish interest? I think that part comes in when we have our policy makers. We produce statistics, we give them the statistics. But do they use the statistics? Are they using it appropriately as they're supposed to use it? Sometimes we tend to tweak figures because we always dance to their tune, and this affects our statistics. And if we don't have the actual statistics, we cannot plan for the exact thing we intend to achieve. We cannot plan for it. So we need better statistics to achieve all these MDG Sustainable Development Goals. We as National Statistical Offices, we need to provide better statistics. We need to make use of the appropriate production statistical cycle, which is the post-enumeration, enumeration, and the pre-enumeration. If we do not go in line with the UN fundamental principles in achieving a better statistics, there's no how we can achieve a better life. So as we all produce, and as we disseminate statistics through various media to meet all users at various levels, we should note that people are heavily influenced by whatever data are available to them, and they are often insensitive to the fact that the easily available evidence may not necessarily correspond to the circumstances in which a statistical investigation was conducted. Well, I think that might be too much for us, but let me just break it down to layman's language. Just for example, we young statisticians in the office, and we also have some students here, they are not in the office, but apparently, definitely they will still get employment and be employed in statistical offices. The question is, when Madam says something like, we young statisticians to take over, are we fit enough to take over? This baton that they want to hand over to us, are we fit enough to collect this baton from them on this relay game? Are we fit enough to occupy those seats in that offices? No, we are not. So this is where ESTAT comes in with the initiative of training we young statisticians towards producing a better statistics. I think this is a very great idea for Professor Ingelina. This is a very great idea for him to have initiated such a thing, because we've so much benefited from it. In our various offices, like where I work, I never had any idea in sampling, in analysis, but here, after every one of us finish from here, I'm pretty sure we will all be to fit enough to have a comprehensive knowledge of what statistical activities is all about, and also to manage any statistical activities at our disposal, to manage it to a managerial level. So I think these are the benefits we've all benefited from here, and which is we are very humbled to be part of this program. So if all producers of official statistics, which include the NSOs, National Statistical Offices, and MDAs, can endeavor to follow to follow all procedures required in generating good statistics faithfully and judiciously.
Who wants to start?
Thank you very much. I would like to thank this opportunity for the good presentation from the Director General and the panels and the message from the Director of UN Statistical Divisions. And my contributions for Mr. Saruni Daniel Njipai, a statistician from the National Bureau of Statistics. What has been presented by the presenter is very good, and what we have today is action. We as young statisticians, we have to educate those who do not have the statistical knowledge, especially primary data providers. When we go to the field, we face a lot of challenge. So we have to know how to which language we use so that they can know the importance of statistics and the importance of those data we need from them. We conduct a lot of surveys, such as labor force surveys, health surveys. So we have to know the language. Which language do you use to that data provider so that we can get the data we are intending to. So what I have to, my message to the whole of the young statistician is to have knowledge and how to educate some data providers, journalists, on how to use the data. My name is Mr. Saruni Daniel Njibai, a young statistician from National Bureau of Statistics, Labor and Enterprise Statistics.
Okay, good morning. Well, my point I'd like to make is concerning the theme, better data, better lives. In my own understanding, what I think it means is that if we have better information on all aspects of our lives, we can be able to live a better life. If we have information on better healthcare, better education, better be it fiscal policy or monetary policy, we can be able to make better policies that will help in the development of our countries. So we cannot overemphasize the need for better data in making our lives better. Thank you. Again, my name is Ernest Kazo. I'm from Liberia.
Who's next?
Yes, from Uganda.
Yeah, here in front. Please, something.
Oh, thank you. Assuming that's your first name. And maybe to also point out what my colleague said. You can't have a better life without better data. So we need to collect better data in order to have better life. It helps in planning strategy. Thank you.
I am not the young statistician, but let me help you. Let's look at the theme, say better data, better lives. Then what do we mean by what do we mean by better data? And how can we get better data? What things should we put in place to have better data? Those are the things we have to discuss. To go to better lives. What do we mean by better lives? How do we achieve that? Those are the things we want to hear from you, young statisticians. I have all the thinking.
Morning. Emile is my name. Myself of official statistics. Yeah, looking at the theme, better data, better life. But I would like to look at who should make that better data and leading to a better life. If whoever is supposed to make that better data is not better, then I don't think we will get that better data. So my message, my colleagues over here, as young statisticians in the meeting, we need to add value to ourselves. We need to think beyond what we are reading from the book so that we can come up with better data for the better life. That's all I have.
Not a young statistician. Maybe I'm manufacturing young statisticians. No, you are not part of the factory, I would say. You are not a factory. Let me give you one, should I call it a challenge or an example? I don't know. You will judge it yourself. There is one country where there is a village which is dominated by around 25% of its population being sick people. And these people are suffering from a born disease, something that they contract in their life. They are born fine, they are okay health-wise, but once they start growing,
they contract this disease. It comes from the water that they use. They use the water from a stream that passes close to their area where they live. And this thing has been going on for the past 50 years. And no one on this earth knew about that until last year, when one news person went and wrote about that condition. So, is it the fault of the government? Is it the fault of statisticians who give information, data on such things? Because that is related to health statistics. Am I right or wrong? Is it statisticians who didn't bring up this issue until this newsman goes there and writes a documentary on that thing? That is a situation which you can think as young statisticians, how you can face such things. It's an embarrassment to the government, which boasts of financing its activities to the tune of 94% without depending on donor funding, and to see 25% of the population of the world, people falling sick to a disease that is incurable at that age, just because of the water that they are using. So you as young statisticians, what can you do to a situation like that one? Tell me what you can do to a situation like that one. Why have I brought this example to you? I'm bringing this to you because my expectation of you guys is to be the agents of change. Statisticians have been working like, what should we say? The daily routines, you know. We are doing a survey, we are doing a census, we are doing whatnot. It has been there throughout the life that we know. Since I grew up, I know that every 10 years we expect to have a census. Is this census a necessary thing to happen every 10 years? What happens if we have administrative data being updated on a continuous basis? Do we need the census? We may not need it. But it is there, and it is very costly, and we will always say this is very necessary, we should have it. Yeah? So you guys have to think differently. You have to be agents of change. You have to bring in the new things that can at least show that you have gone through the new approaches to official statistics. Now, tell us what you have learned so far, which can put you into this new way of being agents of change.
Brings us to the issue of strengthening the national statistical system. Of course, if we talk of like the issue as brought out, it is a health-related issue. But statisticians have to work together with the health experts such that they get that information on health. If there is any agricultural problem, we have to bring the agriculturists on board. So if we can strengthen the national statistical system, I think there we can move a step ahead. That's all I can say.
Just to add up on what he said, that the national statistical system need to work together, like all agents need to be together for any change to be of effect. But in addition to that, what I would really see as important is we as young statisticians need to have the audacity to realize that here there is a change that is needed, and we should also have the courage to follow it through. But sometimes, maybe we have very good ideas, and these ideas could be limited or they could not be allowed to go through by our superiors and our leaders. So as much as they want us to be agents of change, they also need to carry us through the process of change. They need to show us support and show us how we can do this. You cannot tell us we should be agents of change while you, who are about to retire, are not carrying us through. Because in the end, we'll be subjected to do what exactly you guys are doing, because you are the ones who have been grooming us all this period.
Now let me talk a little bit on the theme of today's event, that better data, better lives. Actually, the theme explains itself well. For sure, when you talk of data, you mean something that informs. And if you have a manager, even a family, you know, life starts at the family level. Planning starts there. If you are not informed, life starts to be in trouble at that level. Now that escalates to the national and international level. If our leaders, if our managers are not informed, they do not have data, not only data, but better data. If they don't have those, the planning process is in trouble. Now once the planning process is in trouble, then the decisions that will be made will also be in trouble. That escalates from the national to the local levels, where you will see things are not moving. The lives increasingly become poor. People, you can see you have resources in African countries. You have fuel, you have, for example, in Nigeria, they have a lot of fuel. But what is the level of poverty? Problems. We have the resources, but we are not informed where and how to use these resources accordingly. That will be achieved if we have better data. Data revolution is very crucial at this level. That's what we need, you and me as young statisticians, to make sure that data revolution takes place. We have.
I would want to say that after getting the education from ISTEC about statistics, I wish that we reduce the dependency of the technical assistance from, let's say, outside Africa. Because as Madam Director General said, that about 90% of our census was funded by the government, but around 2% was funded by the donors. But it was much about technical assistance. Now, I hope after graduating from this institution, we'll have that technical capability to especially analyze data using these software. The second thing is I'm not working with the statistical office. I'm working with this institution. Now, for those who are not working with these data production institutional offices like the NDS and the ministries, departments, and agencies. Now, for those who are working with the academic institutions, now I want to advise them to write much. Writing academic papers, writing books, so that we can publish, to supplement the work which is done by these data producers.
I agree with my sister. Since we are urgent for change, it is good for us to be programmed, to be included in all programs for improving production of statistics. For example, we have, as DG mentioned, we have TSMP. Does it all data producers in statistics, they know TSMP? which is the strategy for producing better official statistics. So I think it's good for us to be part when those strategies are being put in place. Let us be part of it. Let us own it so that we can be part of the change. Now I want to contribute on the theme better data, better lives. In line with SDGs, in measuring and monitoring SDGs, we need better data. It can only be better data if it has been produced using proper concepts, definitions, and classifications. If you talk, for example, goal 5, to achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. First of all, we have to know what is gender, the concept. We should know, if we talk gender, what do we mean by gender? So if we follow standards, definitions, and concepts and classification, we'll be able to measure these goals. So it's us now to sensitize people, data producers, to produce statistics following proper standards, definitions, and classifications. Also, it can be only better data, it is produced following proper methodologies. Like, if you are using sample, it has to be used, the sample should be appropriate, should be proper, the sample size, sample technique, if you come to data collection instrument, it has to be well designed. And also in preparing, it's good to include stakeholders in preparing those concepts towards measuring these sustainable development goals. And also it's good to put emphasis on the use of technology in data production so as we can produce quality, timely, so that government and other policymakers, they can make well-informed decisions toward achieving these development goals. Also, since we are now talking about NSS, the National Statistical System, in producing these better statistics, it's good now to have a well and coordinated, not only coordinated, well-coordinated statistical system, so that you can be able to measure these development toward the better lives.
Yeah, if the world lives the promises made by our leaders, then better data will be more essential. Yeah, it will be more essential in the sense that to abolish poverty in all its form, the working would like to ensure that everybody is counted and the progress is being monitored. Then the information needs to be accessible and usable as widely as possible.
I'd like to contribute something small on this thing, better data, better lives. First, I was asking myself, does it mean that we don't have better data? Maybe if we don't have better data, then the answer is yes, because if we say no, we have better data, then we have better lives, right? So there's a problem. That's why the film is there. There's a problem that we better data, better lives, meaning we don't have better data. Now, we're supposed to give me better data. Is it me who is working in the bureau? Or what are we going to do so that we can get better data? Who are providing this better data? Actually, when I'm doing a survey, I go do interviews to different people, the public. So my view is that first we need to educate these people who are giving us data first, so that they can understand the meaning, the importance of statistics, the importance of the data. After giving us data, what return do they gain? Whether it's data on policy issues concerning production, concerning sanitation, like the 17th MDG, the 17th sustainable goals. So the issue is that first we should educate these people who are giving us information, that they should not give us wrong information, because at the end it will lead into bad data and not better data. Thank you.
We from National Bureau of Statistics, we can do that data collection, but in order to get this quality data, we need to get from our customer. And our customer can be me or you or other within the community. So it's the duty of our government to advocate the issue of statistics so that they can be aware and they can be willing to give us the quality data. As the last speaker asked ourselves that, how about those staff who could give the wrong information? This is not for we staff. This will depend from our customer. If they give us the wrong answer, we can collect those data and put it to the office, and the analysis will be wrong. So the issue is concerning from our community. The government should speak, everyone should speak, and us, we should advocate about statistics, so that the people, they can know that the answer we are giving is not for National Bureau of Statistics, it's for our life.
And on the other side, whenever we have collected information, have collected data, these people from whom we are getting data should know how they will benefit from the data we are collecting. Because when we collect data, it is then processed, and then we have the available information about what we collected. Then, these people from where we collected data should know how they can access and how they can use the data which have been compiled. If we compile better data, as we are saying, and yet the consumers of data are not aware of how they can consume it, it will be meaningless. It's like we produce commodities or whatever, and then there are no people to buy those commodities. It will be meaningless. I think statistical advocates should play importance in raising awareness of people from where data is collected. I've just joined the statistician community. I'm from an academic institution. I can say that proper handling of data is very important. I have been assuming academic responsibilities as well as administrative responsibilities. I have served in the admission office, but also in the examination office. I can reflect the importance of having proper data in institutions. Because, for instance, if you're in the examination office, if data are not well compiled, actually, it will be a problem to the whole institution. People not get their right results, they will get them right. So, having a good system of data collection, compilation, and management, it is very important. And lastly, as many people have said that we young statisticians have to play a role in this duty, I think it should be our day and night way of thinking how we can make this concept of using statistics in life be understood by other people. Let us start by ourselves, recognizing the importance of statistics, and then let us transfer this idea to all people we come around with.
And use sensor to compare with other surveys what we have in certain parts compared to the sensor which have been conducted all the country. Also, maybe what we have to do or what we can stand and think to do, the way of conducting this sensor to minimize that costful of sensor. Like to use other ways, not to go directly to the field or to introduce other means like sending some mails to the society and then to fill the correct information and send them back to National Bureau of Statistics. maybe that will be happening in 2030 something. Because our society, they will not return that paper. Even send them in soft copy, they will not bother to fill it. That is because we don't know the importance of statistics. If our society knows the importance of statistics, I think they will themselves motivated to ask for and provide a good information that will produce the better data and the better lives of our society. So I think we have to start implementing good ways of collecting this information from the society.
My advice to the National Bureau of Statistics, maybe it is a big challenge, but I think it will be better if you have a frequency education for the society. I mean, the society is supposed to know the importance of data. Otherwise, it will be a big problem. I'm trying to think, but I don't know how we can do. Actually, only advice for me is that the National Bureau of Statistics should be serious to provide education to the society. Society must know. I mean, the society is supposed to know the importance of what? The importance of data. Just imagine we use data in decision making, social decision making, political, as well as economic decision making. So if we have a wrong data, I think it will be a problem. So to achieve that thing, better data, better life, my advice to the National Bureau of Statistics, all of us from different countries, this is my advice. We are supposed to provide education. We are supposed to be serious in this. Society must have education because they are, I can say that they are a foundation of what? This data. Maybe I can go there and query for this data. They cannot give me. They are a foundation. Now, if he gives me the wrong data, it is a problem.
All of them are zeroing down in bringing in changes. Let us change. I challenge you that stop doing your census which involves everyone every year. It's very costly, very fun. You say let us do it because it is the basis of something. What happens if I have all the records of the census somewhere else using a different approach? I'm doing the same census and a different approach, which is what you say, which is change. You see? So everything zeroes down to change. You are agents of change. So let us work together and change the business as usual approach. Old age, we are doing business as usual. What we do is a survey, get a questionnaire, do this, do that. Bring in something else which will give you correct information, timely, and you make timely decisions, time-informed decisions. Okay? I can reduce costs, definitely. Bringing in technology, bringing in new ideas that can help to move forward faster than before.
Yes, really, we are just answering everything. You are just answering the challenges. We just to say that we just speaking on behalf of our students. But what I'm requesting is that I need from the because when I see it here, we have the officers of statisticians here. We have officers of statisticians, and I hope that they don't answer them. We have a lot of challenges, of course, out of it. But what I like to know is what the challenges inside of your management. Because even if you have the problem of the correction of data, perhaps even your side you have the challenge. So expected that to give what the challenge facing you as the officer of statisticians in your management, perhaps to make a correlation with what you have been discussed. Another thing is if later say something for saying that this is the factory, it means they are going to have we are going to have statisticians the young statisticians. Then I requested from this department of statisticians in Tanzania, or National Bureau of Statistics in Tanzania, what they promised commitment. Because I hope that after a few years we are going to get a young statisticians officer. Then that we say that we are going to retire. So then what we like is requesting that if they promise commitment as youngs to make us to be happy and to be continuous on looking what is statisticians look upon. Thank you.
After that question, I've been thinking for so much. I have discovered statisticians are the agents of change and the voice of the voiceless. You see, how can you be the voice of the voiceless as a statistician? It is where you conduct research. You see, because we statisticians, we are less. We are thinking after studies, we have to go out there to make money by attending the conferences, by going outside the countries. We are not conducting research. That's why the government is not informed. So, in this situation, the person to be blamed are the statistician and not the government. Because nowadays, statistics is beyond counting numbers, doing surveys, and doing census. Statistics is about research. And in statistics, when you see, there is one stone that can hit several beds at once. You see, this stone is called research. You see, because research is scientific. Through research, you can get the data that are realistic. Realistic in the sense that they reflect what is happening out there in the society. You see, because statistics uses all the scientific ways of collecting data, processing, analyzing, and the like. And therefore, my challenge is that everybody here have to think on how to do this.
Better data, better life. I've noticed one thing. Without statisticians, there is no what? There is no what? There is no better life. So you have a crucial role to play for people to have better lives. With this note, ladies and gentlemen, let me now invite Mr. or UK. No, we start with the vote of thanks from MOS student. Whoever has been prepared for that, you are welcome. The podium is yours.
My name is Ernest Nkazo Junior. I'm from Liberia. I'm privileged to have been asked to offer a vote of thanks on this auspicious occasion, and I'm humbled to do the honors. On behalf of the students of the Eastern Africa Statistical Training Center, the entire fraternity of official statisticians here together, and on my own behalf, I wish to extend a very sincere vote of thanks to the organizer of today's symposium, mainly the National Bureau of Statistics, Tanzania, under the able leadership of Director General Dr. Abina Chua, the Eastern Africa Statistical Training Center family, under the leadership of Professor Innocent Galinda, who found it appropriate to use this platform as part of the learning process as well as an awareness tool on official statistics. Special recognition goes to all the presenters of today for their rich and enduring presentation on official statistics as we commemorate the World Statistics Day under the theme, Better Data, Better Lives. Better data, better lives to say. This is clearly envisioned by the UN Secretary General message on World Statistics Day. In quote, we need to ensure that everyone is counted, especially the most poor and vulnerable. No child's birth shall remain unregistered. No incident of disease, no matter how remote the location, shall remain unrecorded. We need local statistics to ensure that every child has access to education, And we need global statistics to monitor the overall effects of climate change. I further wish to thank the people who helped in making this occasion a success. The decorators who made this hall beautiful and conducive for our stay here. The technical team who made sure we have a functional PA system and a cameraman. We hope to see ourselves on TV by 8 o'clock. The catering team, I hope they are there. And the rest of us who took up our time to be here today. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I want to state that we are all most grateful to the organizers and all the presenters of today's event. We thank you for being with us this afternoon. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for listening. Asante sana.
There are a few announcements before we actually proceed for lunch. There's a group picture that's going to be taken here. We wanted to take it in front of the administration building, but we're going to miss this good placard here.